Hollow Creek was once a peaceful place. Nestled between rolling hills, it was a village where life moved at a slower pace. Days were filled with the warmth of the sun and the laughter of children. Nights were for sharing stories under a sky full of stars. But that was before the fog. Now fear hung in the air, as thick as the fog itself. The fog came every night, blanketing the village in an unnatural chill. It seeped into homes, slithering under doors and through cracks in the walls. No one dared to venture out once the fog descended. The villagers whispered tales of strange occurrences within the fog. They spoke of disembodied voices and shadows that danced just beyond the light. Some claimed the fog was alive, a malevolent entity that feasted on their fear. The elders of Hollow Creek warned everyone to stay inside, to bar their doors and cover their windows. The fog was a mystery they couldn't explain, a danger they couldn't fight. And so the village lived in fear, trapped by the chilling embrace of the fog. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. It was a fleeting beauty, soon to be swallowed by the approaching darkness. As the last sliver of sunlight faded, a collective shiver ran through Hollow Creek. The fog was coming. It started as a wisp, a tendril of white creeping up from the valley floor. Slowly it rose, engulfing the fields and houses in its path. The air grew heavy, the temperature plummeting with an unnatural speed. Inside their homes, the villagers huddled together. They extinguished their lamps and candles, shrouding themselves in darkness. The only light came from the fireplace, casting dancing shadows on the walls. Children clung to their parents, their eyes wide with terror. Even the bravest of men felt a shiver of fear run down their spines. The fog was more than just mist. It was a living nightmare that descended upon them every night. Eliza, unlike the other villagers, wasn't paralyzed by fear. She was a young woman with a spirit as bright as the sun, and a curiosity that burned like fire. The fog, with its mystery and menace, intrigued her. Night after night, Eliza watched the fog from her window. She saw it not as a monster, but as a puzzle begging to be solved. While others cowered in fear, Eliza felt a pull towards the unknown, a yearning to understand the secrets hidden within the swirling mist. One evening, as the fog began its nightly ascent, Eliza made a decision. She would no longer be a prisoner in her own home. She would face the fog head-on and uncover the truth behind its chilling embrace.
With a lantern in one hand and determination in her heart, Eliza stepped out into the night. The air was instantly colder, the fog pressing against her like a wet, icy shroud. But Eliza didn't flinch. She had made up her mind.
Section 4. A Journey into the Unknown. The fog swallowed Eliza whole, the familiar world of Hollow Creek vanishing behind a curtain of white. The only light came from her lantern, its feeble glow barely penetrating the dense mist. The silence was absolute, broken only by the sound of her own footsteps. As Eliza walked deeper into the fog, the air grew colder, biting at her skin.
A shiver ran down my spine, and for a moment doubt crept into my heart, but I pushed it aside. My curiosity a stronger force than my fear.
The ground beneath her feet was soft and damp, her boots sinking into the mud with each step. She could feel the fog seeping into her clothes, chilling her to the bone. But Eliza pressed on, her gaze fixed on the swirling white abyss ahead. Section 5. Whispers in the Mist. The silence of the fog was broken by a sound that sent chills down Eliza's spine. It started as a faint murmur. A whisper carried on the wind. She stopped, holding her breath, straining to hear. The whispers grew louder, surrounding her, seeming to come from every direction at once.
The voices were low and guttural, speaking in a language I didn't understand. They spoke of sorrow, of anger, of a pain so profound it chilled me to the core.
Fear threatened to overwhelm her, but Eliza clung to her resolve. She had come too far to turn back now. Taking a deep breath, Eliza raised her lantern high and continued her journey into the heart of the fog. The whispers followed her, growing louder with every step. They swirled around her, pulling at her clothes, urging her to turn back.
Turn back, turn back.
But Eliza, driven by her determination, pressed on even as the whispers echoed in her ears.